In Canberra, debate over the government's proposed flood levy hasn't let up, with the Treasurer admitting he doesn't know how many taxpayers will be exempt from it. And the opposition had another win of sorts, with Barnaby Joyce succeeding in getting another inquiry into the water buyback scheme. From Canberra, here's our political correspondent, Tom Eagleton.
The government's still adding up the cost of the flood bill in more ways than one. Asked how many taxpayers would be exempt from the flood levy, there was this response from the Treasurer.
And of course we cannot give you a final figure about that. We can take, Mr Speaker.
Order.
I can't. Mr Speaker, I cannot give you a final figure on that.
A spokesman later said it would be about 185,000, but the slip-up bolstered the opposition on a day when the media focus was on Tony Abbott's leadership over his stare-off with a Channel 7 reporter.
You're not saying anything, Tony.
The government wouldn't be drawn on the controversy, preferring to keep up the attack on Tony Abbott's alternative budget cuts to pay for the flood bill. The Foreign Minister invoked the name of a terrorist leader to criticise the opposition's plan to cut education aid for poor students in Indonesia.
Mr Speaker, there would perhaps be one person in the world who would be happy with the new policy adopted by the Leader of the Opposition, and that's Abu Bakr Bashir, because he supports militant Islamism continuing in the Indonesian education system.
And the Water Minister had this to say about Tony Abbott's current plan to defer water buybacks along the Murray-Darling.
It's a reform that in the Howard government was championed by Malcolm Turnbull. Mr Abbott does not support it. He's quite happy for water reform to not go ahead.
And today, another potential break on those reforms was indeed applied by the opposition. Queensland Senator Barnaby Joyce succeeded in getting a Senate inquiry into whether there was too much emphasis on the environment in the buyback plan and not enough on towns and farms.
Barnaby would love two things. He'd love to be able to store reform. He'd probably also like there to be a Senate inquiry that whacked Malcolm Turnbull around the head.
Thank you very much.
Senator Joyce says Mr Turnbull and the rest of the opposition support the Senate inquiry.
Why is Minister Burke now the only person with the Greens who are absolutely, to their last drop of blood, holding out for the act that we wrote? They've got to rely on their working association with the Greens, and because the Greens run the show.
The water buybacks are yet another key area of reform where Labor needs to demonstrate it can deliver on the changes it's promised. It recently appointed former Labor Minister Craig Knowles to head the Murray-Darling Basin Authority. The previous chairman of the authority, Mike Taylor, quit last year. Tom Eagleton, Lateline.